All right, it's up.
We are. There we go. All right, and so I will share. I will tweet first. I do want to check my audio. I get self-conscious about it,
Yeah, but your new mic sounds good.
It does.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, we haven't actually done a podcast with the new mic.
No, we haven't.
That's dope.
Yeah, but your new mic sounds good.
Oh. Oh, it does. Oh, we haven't actually done a podcast. That's awesome. All right. Share. Are you going to put it in the group chat too?
Yeah, I'll shoot it over there.
Okay. I got to tweet it twice. Where? Paste. Silence your cell phones. Talking. Dane. All right. Let's see. Videos. Yeah. That was our last episode. Was Violent Night.
Yep.
Yikes. Hey, you know what? If Jay and them can get a night off, we can get a night off.
Yeah, and I mean,
or a month off, some time off,
yeah,
some time away.
It does the body good.
It does.
All right, I got the chat up.
I also have the chat up. Did you post it to the Facebook group?
I did.
You're a god.
You can just check it. You're in the same group.
Yeah, but I didn't want to leave the YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
As I'll ever be.
3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome to Silence. See, it's been a long time,
Yeah,
and I gotta get back in it.
We already started off with.
All right, here we go. Hey everybody, and welcome to Silence Your Cell Phones. My name's Kevin. Here as always with my nomination for Best Actor Ever, Jared Hubbard.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to be back, Kevin.
It is. It's nice. We had some time away, which was, I think, good for like the soul and the mind and the brain and all of this in here in this general area.
Yeah, and I mean, let's call an ace and a spade, right? Like the holidays, especially like post Christmas, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Like we got family we have to go see. None of our family is close. Obviously you had some vacation time.
I did. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't stop watching movies, but there wasn't a ton to talk about.
No, there really wasn't. I'll tell you what though. Since our last episode, you guys are probably seeing a little bit less of us, considering collectively we're probably down 40 pounds together.
Yeah.
So we
something like that.
We've been taking some time out, going to the gym, trying to get in shape And so now we've essentially just lost a small child's worth of weight.
Yeah.
So, um, that being said, Jarrett, after 3 or 4 long weeks, what have you been watching?
So a bunch of the stuff we're going to go over today. We saw Avatar 2, obviously. We saw The Fablemans. I watched The Menu last night with Anna Taylor-Joy. Um,
We love her.
yeah, she's great. I watched Neighbors 1 and 2 with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. I've been watching The Challenge per usual. A lot of anime per usual, like Blue Lock. I'm still behind on a couple series. Um, I watched all of Bling Empire. I
I
watched
know
Knives. I watched Knives Out
I know
or
you've been
Glass
reading a
Onion.
lot too.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot more manga, because I am a huge nerd. Um, so I'm trying to find the balance. There's a couple of TV shows I really want to watch that I'm behind on. Uh, and I'm sure I'm missing. Oh, I'll rewatch Bullet Train.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, watch that with the family on Christmas. Um,
Rip Tangerine.
no, Tangerine survived.
Oh, sorry. Then
It's Lemon.
Rip Lemon.
Yeah. Uh, and I think that was everything. A lot of sports, but
Yeah.
what-
This I too I didn't stop watching either. I did get a bunch of stuff, and like you said, we did watch Avatar, The Way of Water. The Glass Onion, Knives Out mystery. I'll tell you what I'm addicted to at the moment.
yeah,
Suits. I
yeah,
really enjoy Suits, and I started watching it. Now I'm like, I think I'm already on season 3 or something.
yeah. I saw
Uh,
you watching it. I mean, when we do the treadmill together, I always kind of peek over what we're both watching at the time.
right? Yeah, it's it's. I don't know, man. Something about Harvey Specter, he does it for me. He's an actual icon.
Yeah,
So it's one of my favorite shows right now, and I'm sure I'll binge through it pretty quick. Blue Lock, Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, all the anime I've been watching. Like you said, we watched The Fablemans, and we'll touch on that too, especially a little bit later when we're talking Globes, because
yeah.
it is, as you know, it's award season,
It is. We are in the thick of it.
and so is that a song in the
Into
thick
the
of
thick
it?
of it.
And oh, that's
Into the
right.
thick of it. Into the thick of it.
I appreciate your performance.
Oh,
That was great. I'd nominate you for that
well,
alone.
thank you. I mean,
I did watch. I don't know if I touched on this last time, but I rewatched all of Black Clover. Like I got through, and so still one of my favorite anime.
yeah.
Like legitimately. And if I really wanted to, I would read the manga because they stopped episodes on the show because it caught up. Like it almost caught up to the so so yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to bide my
Well,
time and wait.
well, then read it.
Oh, I can't do that, man.
But reading's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but like it ruined like it's gonna ruin the Shibuya incident for me. Like I already know what happened. So it's kind of like I
Well, okay. In that same breath, did it ruin the movie? I mean, you
well,
read JJK Zero.
I did. And it did. It did kind of ruin the movie. Like the only thing that they took liberties on was the fighting with some of the um I guess like not main character people that you don't really see in the manga that fight.
Yeah.
And it was a cool scene, but it was like one scene, and so I don't know. It took a little bit of it the experience away from of it from me. So I
Mm,
don't know. Um, I went to Biloxi, as you know.
yes.
Me and one Kevin Gallo. Shout out to Running Rooster. Watch his Twitch every Tuesday. Me and Young Gallo went to Biloxi, and I came back to Birmingham with a newfound passion. And I'm gonna count it as something I watched a lot of. Critical Role.
Okay.
I'm
Matt Mer-
s-
Matt
y-
Mercer's a god.
yeah, he's an actual icon. He's a legend. And because I want to start doing I want to start DMing some campaigns and doing stuff with that. And so I've just been watching just a ton of Critical Role, and I wanted to include that just to let our viewers know how nerdy we actually are.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a thing nerd wise that we don't do besides watch Star Trek, and that
Yeah,
that's
come on,
just that's just
come
a
on.
that's just a line we can't cross.
Yeah. No, we're not touching that.
No.
Um, but yeah, man, just because we weren't here doesn't mean we weren't active. We were watching stuff.
Yeah.
But it was nice to get away. But it's nice to be back.
It is even better to be back.
Yeah. So that being said, let's go ahead. Let's shift gears. Let's talk about Avatar. Or did you want to do Fableman's first?
Let's do Fableman's first. I think there's more to talk about with Avatar.
Sure. Uh Fableman's obviously the GOAT directed it. Steven Spielberg. It is a semi-autobiographical. Is that right? Okay.
That is correct.
Um, I thought you were gonna, I thought you were gonna say kerfuffle. That is kerfuffle.
No.
Yeah, semi-autobiographical work done by Steven Spielberg. You get um, insight into his life and what got him into filmmaking, and some of his family life, a lot of his family life actually. And um, I wasn't necessarily disappointed, okay, in the film. Because I did think it was fine, right? To me,
It
it was a
it,
fine
it
film.
was a good movie with some enjoyable parts. Uh, it was not what I thought it would be.
So this is the one of the few times that I will say a Steven Spielberg film had, and this is again, this is my opinion because clearly people disagreed with me. I did not think the acting was strong, right? I thought the direction of the film, the writing was fine. I didn't think the acting was very good.
Yeah, I mean, the mom was good, the dad the good was good, and the son was good, I guess. Nothing super crazy.
Well, they were fine. I just didn't think
Yeah,
they were great. Uh,
right.
the only moment where I think the mom might have shined was when she was dancing, because I thought that was a beautifully done scene with the headlights, her dancing in the headlights. I thought that was super well done.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. I wasn't as big a fan of the film as I thought I would be, I guess, because I
same.
was super excited and I wanted to see um some actual acting chops from Seth Rogen. And I didn't get it. Like he kind of stayed in his comfort zone with some of the uh, comic relief
Yeah,
humor aspect, and I wanted more act like serious acting, and I
yeah,
I
and
didn't get it. So
no. Uh, it was definitely like a movie that when I saw it, I wanted to keep telling myself like, "Oh, this movie's great." Like, because I just felt like that's what I should be saying about a Steven Spielberg movie. But at the end of it, I was like, that movie was enjoyable, but it is not nearly in the same realm as some of the other movies I had seen this year.
yeah, and we talked about it before we started recording. Um, even Spielberg's last film with West Side Story, the when he remade West Side Story last year,
Yeah.
of course he won a ton of awards. That movie was amazing,
Yeah.
and I remember watching that in theaters going, yes, this is going to win awards, period, full stop, right?
Yeah. Like when you walk out of a movie theater and you say, like, damn, that was it. And that's what
Yeah.
West Side Story had. And that is not something that I thought Fableman's had. Honestly, I haven't thought about Fableman's since I've watched it.
The funny thing is with Fablemans, it still has a it hasn't been out very long, but it's got
No.
similar ratings to other movies that I thought were much better. So like, you know how IMDb ratings generally go down. The
Yeah.
Fablemans, they're already at 7.7, which is very, for me, kind of mid, right?
Yeah.
Um, so the I guess I'm just not understanding the hype. Um, I will I would be very surprised if it won a single Oscar. I would be very surprised.
I want to say I would be surprised, but it's almost just like the Spielberg effect, right? Like if his name's on it.
I mean, really at this point, if you think about it, we've been conditioned, right,
Yeah.
by the greatness that is Steven Spielberg, and I'm not taking any of that away from him. The guy's amazing. He's the GOAT, period. It's just that he's done better, right?
Well, yeah.
Like, I don't set the bar high for Steven Spielberg. Like, this is one of those, like, just looking at it from the perspective of, was this movie good, like without any bias towards Steven Spielberg or otherwise, it's very okay. It's a fine movie, and that's just kind of where I'm at with the Fablemans.
Yeah, I don't think it's a movie I'll ever see again. And you kind of touched on the point that I was talking about earlier, like being conditioned. Like all through the movie, I was like, I should be feeling very different about how I feel about this film. Like I like in the back of my head, I was like, why do I not think that this movie is the best movie of the year?
You know, honestly, you know who the best actor was in the entire film? Who
What?
gave, to me, gave the best performance? Judd Hirsch. 100%. The uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%, because he had a really nice monologue
that's true.
that I enjoyed, that I thought added some spice to the movie, like where he was at in his life as like I think he was a teenager, right? He was a young teen,
Yeah.
and everybody's, I'm not gonna say everybody's got the creepy uncle, but like it's a trope that you see, and I thought he played it like perfectly, and he gave this really really nice monologue about him being an artist and like what that means for his craft. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I think I would have enjoyed the Fablemans more had I gotten more director Steven Spielberg
yeah, for
than just
absolutely.
just kid, because like it being semi biographical, we'll just all butcher that
Semi
stupid word.
autobiographical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, we'll just all
Yeah.
butcher it tonight. With it being that, I was really excited to see like, okay, how did he get into directing? Like, tell me about the films he made and like his inspirations for like E.T., Jurassic Park, Jaws, like all these iconic movies that made him who he was. And I get an integral part of that is your childhood. You take a lot of inspiration from your life as a kid. But
Sure.
what I want, if I would have gotten like an hour of kid to teenager and then like an hour and a half of adult to Oscar winning, I think I would have enjoyed that movie more than what we got.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know that I had those expectations necessarily. I just didn't want 90% family drama, I guess, which is really what it turned out to be. And with some teenage angst and him getting bullied at the new high school. I don't
Yeah,
know. Like,
for being a Jewish kid.
yeah. You know, and I'm sure that played a role in who why he became what he became. Like, I don't know. It was just one of those things that I guess I'm like you. I wanted more. I wanted more protagonists, right,
Yeah.
and less extra stuff. Because we got a lot of extra fluff and not a whole lot of main character. And
Yes.
and that's just, I don't know. Like I said, the film, it's fine. It's a fine film. I think you should watch it. Um,
Well, I think everyone should definitely watch it now, and we'll touch on that a little later.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm not trying to go against the grain, because there's clearly, I'm no expert, right? I'm just a regular guy who likes to watch movies. A lot of people that know better than me, they have better different takes, but that's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
As an average Joe's fan, like that's where I'm at. I think it was very okay.
Yeah, it was very 7.
7. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, like I wasn't upset I saw the movie,
Yeah,
but I wasn't wowed
sure. I got my money's worth. It
for
was fine.
sure.
So let's move on to and like I said, I'm not shitting on Spielberg. All right. He's a great director. He is the
Yeah.
GOAT. I don't misconstrue what I'm saying for he's the GOAT. Um and speaking of great directors, Jarrett, you got a special place in your heart for James Cameron.
Yeah, I think obviously I know Spielberg is the goat. I think I enjoy James Cameron's movies more than Spielberg movies. Not all of them, but I would say like majority wise, if I had to like poll which movies I enjoyed from both, I would probably be a Cameron guy.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think Avatar 2 was a great movie.
Yeah, I'm more of a Michael Bay guy. No, I'm kidding. um James Wan. No, he's got some decent ones. I
Yeah,
shouldn't.
he's inconsistent.
Yeah, he's got some good ones. He really missed with God,
Malignant.
Malignant. Yeah,
God, bro.
that was a train wreck. Um, Avatar: The Way of Water. Now, I didn't quite know what to expect. Um, it had been so long since I watched Avatar. Um, I remember it being beautiful. That's what I remember. It's one of the people don't normally remember like the the plot of Avatar, right? They can give you general details, but like
Yeah.
names, absolutely not. Plot, maybe a little bit here and there. Most people know Avatar for its sheer beauty. It was so far advanced, and it did a lot for cinema, right?
Yeah.
And so I walked in kind of expecting, and I shouldn't do that, right? I feel like that's unfair to the film, but that's I walked in and I'm like, I need to see a beautiful movie because that's what these Avatar, that's what it does. And I got it. I got a beautiful film. We didn't watch it in 3D, and and after I think we both said that we both believe it was made for 3D.
Yeah, I read an article about it after, and I think like regular films are shot in like 36 frames per second, and Avatar 2 was shot at 48
Oh wow.
frames per second. And so I think 3D would have been the way to go. It was still a gorgeous movie, but I think seeing it in 3D would have really elevated it to a degree that I didn't think was possible in film right now.
Yeah.
Because you kind of think you just like hit a plateau, right? Because Marvel movies look good, all these movies look good, and yet here we are still pushing the envelope in 2022 for better.
Yeah. And so for me, and I can appreciate like Zoe Saldana, phenomenal. I thought
Yeah.
uh Sam Worthington, obviously phenomenal. I don't know that I don't know that I like them recycling the same antagonist, I guess.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. And
I
I
guess
heard
I guess it was new and different at the same time. It was weird.
yeah. And so are we doing spoilers here? Is this a thing that we're doing? Because I kind of just like said one and now I feel a little bad about it.
Yeah, I mean it's
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 been
been
out for a little
it's been
bit,
a couple
right?
weeks. It's been
Yeah.
out for almost a month now. So
Yeah, so like in Avatar, they killed the big bad,
yeah,
and that was kind of it. They took his son in. I really did like his son. I
yeah.
forget his name. Um, that's not Loak, right? Is that the guy?
No.
Spider, Spider,
Spider. Yeah,
Spider. That's who it was. I really liked him. I liked his role. Um, I don't know how I'd feel like because he ended up essentially saving the big bad from sure death, the second
yeah.
death. I don't know. Um, and so I'm not sure how I quite feel about that. But as far as aesthetically goes, this is one of the prettiest movies I've seen in a long time. Um, I think the water, like having it be in the water instead of the jungle this time, added a new element that I really liked.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it was beautifully done, and it was I thought it was decently well written. Uh,
Yeah.
Plot was probably a little weak, like, but I didn't walk in there for the plot, right?
Right.
I was wowed.
Yeah. I mean, I think we got everything we needed from the plot. I mean, like you said, it using or semi using the same antagonist is rough, but I guess like it's hard to introduce a new antagonist to Pandora.
Yeah,
Uh,
um,
yeah, you are blurry.
sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. I really enjoyed the Water Tribe, all the characters. I really enjoyed the animal species. I enjoyed learning more about Pandora. Uh, and I believe we're getting more of that in the next film as well. Uh, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know Avatar's kind of like you're either in or you're out. I think a lot of people just like to hate it because it's the most popular or highest grossing film in the world. Uh, but I rewatched Avatar before we went to go see Way of the Water, and it's still that movie looks like it was made in 2020.
Yeah,
I mean, it was made in 2009.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's still absolutely gorgeous. The entire planet is gorgeous. The entire species are gorgeous. Uh, uh,
To me, watching it, and I really kind of hated it because, like, in the first film, they were trying to establish, I guess, a human presence on Pandora, right?
yeah,
And the second film essentially kind of made all that useless in the first 15 minutes, right? Because they go through this whole series of events in whatever time period.
mhm,
Because I don't know how long it was since Jake became, one of
yeah,
the Navi. Navi, is that right?
yeah. That's right.
Um, but they essentially like said, you know what, we're coming, right? So like the whole conflict from the first film is basically like negated, right? Because they established a military base on Pandora, and so I don't know. It kind of takes away from the impact of the first film, and they did it like really quick into the second film. Does that make sense? You get what I'm saying?
N- Not
So like,
really.
so essentially, what happened was in the first film, right? They're trying to use the resources in Pandora,
Yeah,
right?
they're trying to mine.
Right, and so they essentially the Navi fight off the human invaders or whatever you want to.
Mhm.
Well, in the second film, in the first 15 minutes, they established that over time we still got a base, and we were still, we were now mining their resources and utility and like with the whatever that big ass whale thing is, right?
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
I
saying
think
we took over their planet, but like it didn't stop anything.
right, but I think it's important to remember that we in Avatar 1, we are only solely focused on the forest.
Right.
Like we're not privy to the other information or the rest of the world. Right? So we are only given the one sect of humans trying to mine, not the ones that were sent there to hunt and fish and get all the other resources on Pandora. Just the ones looking for that certain mineral under the world tree.
Right. But like, were you not under the impression that those were the first humans on Pandora?
I mean, I don't
Like,
know
because
about
that's the impression I was under, was that it was the only humans so far that had tried to inhabit Pandora was the humans that were going after what was under the world tree.
I guess
So
that's
so
I guess
so
that's
like
fair.
the issue, I guess, is that if there was people there, we didn't get the exposure. But that it kind of just less of an impact from the first film if they just did they just inhabited their spot anyways and made a military base.
I mean, they came back.
So yeah, I know, but like essentially, you kind of want that to not happen, right? You're rooting for the Navi people,
Well, yeah,
you
but
know.
you gotta you have to think if the world was real and we lost a military base, what would humans do?
Yeah, but
We
if
we
we
would
were being
we
invaded, you know what I'm saying? Like if people
yeah.
were like running up on our stuff on our land, we wouldn't like it very much. And so like I don't know. I kind of look at it from the perspective of the Nami people are like essentially humans because we're getting their perspective, and Pandora is
We're,
their Earth.
right, but there was no way that the humans weren't going to come back for them. Were like humans are greedy, so like they're going to leave with their tail tucked on the first movie, and then they're going to regroup and reload and come back in the second movie.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were established. That was the issue, was that they weren't regrouping. They had already regrouped and established presence on Pandora, right?
No, that didn't happen until they landed.
No. It was
Like
there's a whole group of scenes that shows they now have a military presence.
right, but that happened. That was in the time skip.
That's what I'm saying. So like we don't get any of that. Like we go from Navi people fight off the human bad guys to
Uh-huh.
hey, humans are here. They've already done what they do. Now
But
we gotta just live with it.
but it shows it. No, it shows it it's like at the end of Jake and his family growing up. So like
Yeah,
that entire time skip shows what happened.
yeah, no, I get it. It shows what happened. The point is that it ended up being all for naught because it happened so fast. Like we don't get the actual story. Like we get it happens, right? And then the time skip and they're fighting like what do they call it? Guerrilla warfare, essentially. Is how they're trying to fight off the humans. I don't know. I thought it took away from the first one. Because they essentially just came down and did whatever they wanted to anyways.
I mean, I think that's important to the plot though, right? Because like if they don't come back, there's no reason to have a second movie. Like the entire reason for him going to the water village is because he knows the humans are relentless and they won't stop hunting him. So he has to get away from his people because he's putting them in danger by existing there.
Sure. No, I understood that. I get that. I just as far as the story goes, like that was one of the issues I had. And like I said, we don't go watch those movies for the plot. We go because they're beautiful. And it was a beautiful film. I loved it. All the water scenes were gorgeous.
Absolutely.
So, and whatever the underwater world tree is, like
also gorgeous.
That was amazing. So, I thought it was way better than the Fablemans. If you're gun to my head, I got to pick one. Avatar all day.
Yeah,
and it's not close.
Oh yeah,
Avatar has a 7.9, but people agree with me.
5.2.
So,
yeah, I mean, I would definitely rewatch Avatar before I rewatch Fablemans.
Oh, for sure.
And Avatar was like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I saw you. You responded to Gallo there.
Yeah,
I did. Gallo, I gave you a shout out just so you know, so we're clear. I'll give you another one. I'm just saying. I gave you one earlier. I hope you were here to see it.
Yeah.
So that's Avatar. Let's do the Golden Globes.
Yeah. So the Golden Globes happened Tuesday.
They did. They were a thing.
There was a lot more surprises in this than I was expecting there to be. And we can kind of go over that. What website are you using so we can be on the same page?
I'm using ew.com, ew.com /awards /Golden Globes. What about you? It's just kind of listed here with all the winners and nominees.
I was just using ABC, but let me see if I can find EW.
I just literally just typed up on Google Golden Globe 2023 winners.
It was EW.com.
EW. I'm pretty sure it means Entertainment Weekly. If you want to just type that in.
There we go. All right, I am here.
All right.
So
2023 Golden Globe. Do we want to what?
do we want to hold off on like best motion picture drama till the end, or do we?
Yeah,
let's do.
let's do that. Yeah, so let's start let's start with best motion picture animated.
Best motion picture animated.
Or do you want to do those after?
I mean, do you just want to like start at the bottom and work our way up?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I'm going to fly through the TV because I have not seen most of them.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
So we got best performance by an actor in a supporting role in a series, limited series, or motion picture made for television. The winner was Paul Walter by Blackbird. Haven't seen it.
I've also not seen it. But it must be good because everything I heard about from Dahmer, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, Monster.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that one didn't actually win, but it was a supporting role, so who knows?
Yeah, I've heard Pam and Tommy is really good. I don't know how good Seth Rogen was in it. Obviously,
Probably better
nominated.
than he was in the Fablemans.
Had to be. I've also heard The White Lotus is pretty good. It's on HBO. Just haven't watched it yet. Speaking of The White Lotus, best performance by an actress in the same category, Jennifer Coolidge, aka Stifler's mom.
Really?
Yeah, won for The White Lotus, so good for her.
That's dope.
It looks like The White Lotus is kind of like the show for these. Aubrey Plaza was also nominated for the same category for the same show, so they must. And we love Aubrey Plaza.
Plaza.
Dahmer was also nominated, or another Niecy Nash.
What was the indie film we watched that had Aubrey Plaza in it?
Oh,
sorry, my brain just went to another direction. But you said Aubrey Plaza, and that was my first thought.
Yeah, no, I just don't remember the name of it. It was the Olive Garden.
It was movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget it was called. That movie was good, but obviously not impactful to my life.
Sure.
Best performance by an actress in a limited series or motion picture made for television. Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout.
Jessica Chastain, did she win an Oscar last year?
She did.
Yeah. For the Dresses movie, right?
Yeah.
We love her.
Yeah, I mean, but this category is like loaded. Jessica Chastain, Julia Gardner, Julia Roberts, and Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, I haven't seen Gaslit.
I haven't even heard of most of these. I've never heard of Inventing Anna. I haven't heard of Gaslit. I don't know what The Dropout is either. So I'm way behind on limited series.
Yeah, we watch too much anime, bud.
That's
probably what takes our time away from.
Yeah, but I've been watching way more like series lately.
Yeah.
Than I have anime, but
I usually wait until I can binge it. So I'm super late on TV series because like it's so hard for me to watch anything weekly. It drives me nuts.
That's really fair. Evan Peters won for best performance by an actor in the same category for Dahmer. I had heard nothing but how crazy good he was as Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, they were nominated like 4 times.
Yeah. Like damn near everybody in that show
got look at that. Look at that. Look at those nominations. Taron Egerton, Colin Firth, Andrew Garfield. Yikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look up half these shows.
Yes.
Because if I would have known any of those people were in a television show, I would have watched it.
I low-key love Colin Firth, and I don't care who knows it. I'm not ashamed.
Colin Firth is great.
Yeah, I agree.
Best television limited series, The White Lotus won.
Shocker.
Yeah, I mean, Blackbird, Dahmer, Dropout, and Pam and Tommy got nominated pretty consistently in every single one of those categories.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming all of those shows are actually really good. Best performance by a supporting actress in a television series, Julia Garner, Ozark. I've heard nothing but good things about Ozark. I have not watched it yet. Best performance by a supporting actor in television series, Tyler James Williams, Abbott Elementary. I've watched a couple episodes of that, haven't watched all of it. Um, but it is a pretty funny office-like TV show just set in an elementary school. Best performance by an actor in a television series, Jeremy Allen White from Shameless, for The Bear. This show was actually one of my favorite shows of the year.
Which one's Jeremy Allen White
Um,
from Shameless? Do you know which one?
I don't know. I haven't watched Shameless.
Oh, I gotta. Sorry,
He
I didn't mean to put
he's
you on the spot, but
no,
if it's
he's the older brother, not the gay one.
yes, I love him. That's who I thought it was.
Yeah, if you haven't watched The Bear, it's about a restaurant. It's about 8 episodes, about 30 to 45 minute.
He's a great
Show.
actor.
I think you would appreciate this show because it is like exactly how working in a restaurant is.
Yeah,
Like
been there.
yeah, it's not over exaggerated. Like it is exactly what you would think working in a restaurant is like and all the stresses that come with it. And he was phenomenal. It was one of the shows that I was like, oh, I saw some people talking about it. I'll throw it up on Hulu one day and seeing if I like it. And then I binged all 8 episodes in one day.
Heck yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
that guy's gonna be. I think he's gonna be a hot commodity.
he's a talented dude, and he's kind of
Yeah.
hitting his stride. And he beat out Martin Short and Steve Martin for Only Murders in a Building, which is also a show that I absolutely adore.
I mean, Selena Gomez though.
Yeah,
I get it.
I mean it ain't hard to watch.
Well, from what I hear, it's Steve Martin's curtain call.
Yeah, I
Only
think
Murders in the Building. I think that's it for him.
yeah, I think once they finish it up, I believe there's going to be another season. I don't know how long it's going to go, but I think once this project's done, he's done.
Yeah.
And I really love season 1 and 2 of both of those, or of Only Murders. I don't think we'll get a season 2 of The Bear. So here we got best performance by an actress in a television series, musical, or comedy. Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary. They also get nominated a lot. She beat out Selena Gomez for Only Murders in the Building. Jenna Ortega for
Yeah.
Wednesday. And like, congrats, because Wednesday just came out.
Oh, I also saw Wednesday, by the way. As
I
far as things,
I
yeah.
also saw Wednesday.
I think we saw the last couple episodes together too. It was a really
Yeah.
good. And Jenna Ortega is phenomenal. She is extremely talented.
She's the future
Yes,
of actresses, like right there.
absolutely.
Remember her name. She's already in amazing movies, amazing shows. She slays everything she does. So look out, world. We have Zendaya winning for Best Actress in a Drama for Euphoria. That's one of the hardest shows I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah,
Like
it's intense.
It is uncomfortable.
Yeah. And she beat out Hillary Swank for Alaska Daily and Emma Darcy for House of the Dragon. And I am a huge fan of Emma Darcy. I think she is also incredible. And she's amazing in House of the Dragon from what I've seen. And I'm a couple episodes behind.
Yeah.
But I thought she was the best part to me.
Yeah, you should
So,
definitely finish House of Dragons. It's really good. Best performance by an actor in television. Surprise, it's Kevin Costner in Yellowstone.
yeah.
A show that literally has taken the world by storm.
Which is and they just keep monetizing because they made another.
Oh yeah, 1923 with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah. He beat out Diego Luna from Andor.
Jeff Bridges,
the old man. I haven't heard that. I think my parents watched that show and they said it was really good.
And Bob Odenkirk, everybody, Better Call Saul, which is another big.
Saul. Yeah, if you're a Breaking Bad guy. And then Adam Scott from Severance. I don't know what Severance is, honestly. So don't crucify me in the comments, but I've not heard of that show.
But I'm just gonna look it up because I've not done it, but I keep seeing there. Oh God, that's not what I want.
Oh, it's on Apple TV, which is why I've never heard of it.
Oh, I love that guy.
Adam Scott.
I love it. I love me some Adam Scott.
Yeah.
It's directed by Ben Stiller.
Ooh.
Yeah, now I have to watch it.
Honestly, I might have to put that one on my watch list. That is 100 miles long already.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
here we
Christopher
are.
Walken's in it.
More cowbell.
I'm not gonna kill our audience with my Christopher Walken impression. It's not good.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, only for you
Um,
guys.
Best.
It's bad.
Is it bad?
It's rough.
Well, now I feel like you have to do it.
Nope, I can't do it. I gotta practice. I gotta warm up. My tongue's not ready.
Okay. Next time.
Next time. Yeah.
Best television series drama, House of the Dragon. No surprise there. It beat out The Crown, Better Call Saul, Ozark, and Severance, all of which have been pretty consistently nominated through these. Best television series, musical or comedy, Abbott Elementary. It beat out The Bear, Hacks, Only Murders in the Building, and Wednesday. All of which, I mean, I've seen 3 of those. So
Of those 3, which one did you like the most? I want your take. Because you're talking The Bear, Only Murders in the Building, and Wednesday, right?
yeah.
Which one was your favorite of the 3?
Which one was my favorite? So
Or more
like,
deserving of winning, let's say, if it was between those 3.
well, I don't think The Bear was like a really, like, it being listed as a comedy is like, it's hard for me to say it because it's very dramatic. I mean, funny things do happen,
Sure.
but it's more like, holy shit, how many bad things can happen to one person or like one restaurant, and then you're like, that's actually just every restaurant on planet Earth. Just goes through that. So maybe I don't find it as funny as people are like, oh, like this is an over exaggeration. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah, we lived it. I promise it's real.
But Only Murders in the Building was really good. I liked it better than Wednesday, even though I really enjoyed Wednesday. But The Bear just caught me off guard in such the best way. Like, it was something I wasn't expecting to love, but it was instantly like, I called my parents. I was like, if you're looking for a show, watch The Bear. And then I talked to them like the next day, and they're like, yeah, we're 1 episode away from finishing.
That's
So
awesome.
so it's just a show that, like, you fall in love with the characters, you understand their plight and their dramas. At least I do, especially, and you would too. Anyone who's worked in the service industry needs to watch that show. It's like a very big love letter to restaurants.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So I would probably say The Bear, but I've heard nothing but good things about Abbott Elementary.
All right. So that was television.
That was television. Now we are moving into movies. Best original song. I'm gonna butcher this, so I apologize. Natu Natu from
Sounds right to me.
I'm pronouncing how it's spelled.
It sounds correct.
Which is from an Indian film, RRR, which did really good in the box office, according to Dan Merle. It beat out Lift Me Up, which I thought we would win, from Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I did too. And honestly, I'd like to give like a nod to Taylor Swift because I really enjoyed Where the Crawdads Sing.
And Carolina was a good song.
And I thought Carolina was a really good song. I didn't get to watch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, but you did.
Yeah.
So I'm not really familiar with that song, but like Lift Me Up by Rihanna not winning was definitely surprising because when it came out, it was like, oh my God, Rihanna did this song, and it was a beautifully done song. So I just kind of expected that to take the easy dub.
But yeah, I think it's just because we're probably not exposed to Indian cinema as much.
Sure.
So I can't say that the song's bad or not. I've never listened to it. I'll probably give it a listen to eventually, like after the podcast, and see what it's what's up. Um, but yeah, it's just something that it's not nearly as played as "Lift Me Up" by Rihanna.
Yeah.
Especially in the States. Best original score goes to Justin Hurwitz with Babylon. And this is something we'll kind of touch either during or after we get through this, but there's a lot of Babylon on this list.
Which is surprising
Right, because it got
because
absolutely slaughtered by critics and audiences.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't hear a single good thing about the
Like
film. I
what?
haven't watched it, and I'm gonna watch it. But I just haven't heard a single good thing. And then the list comes out for the Golden Globes, and they're everywhere.
Yeah,
They're all over it.
can you give me the IMDb for
Yeah,
Babylon?
yeah, I can do that. All right. Are you on Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm not. I'm still on the list. I can get to Rotten Tomatoes though.
All right. Babylon came out after both Avatar and The Fablemans, correct?
Correct.
7.4 out of 10. So it's already scored less than either of
Bo-
those films.
Both of those movies. Let me see if I can find its Rotten Tomatoes score. It's got a 55 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yikes.
That's the critics. It's a 51 audience score.
I mean, you look at the film and it's got the star power, right? It's got Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie. Sorry, I apologize, Jarrett. I apologize. And Olivia Wilde. And regardless of what you think about Olivia Wilde, to me, she is.
She can act.
Yeah, she is talented. She's a good actress, and she's star power for sure. But like you watched the trailer and you were so excited for it, you know, Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
which it doesn't even look like he's credited.
No,
Wow.
I think he's just a cameo.
Okay. Um, you know, but this might be one of those things where, and this is what I thought it was. You know, when you watch a film and all the good stuff's in the trailer,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought this was. And then you just again Golden Globes and it's all over the place. And I'm like, what the hell? Like this was supposed to not be a good movie, but apparently it's pretty okay.
Yeah, I mean it's at least got 4 nominations and
Something like that. Yeah.
and it won this one. So
Yeah. Crazy. Best original score for a motion picture, Babylon, the
yeah,
dub. And I haven't seen the Banshees of Inisherin yet, but apparently I've got to watch that because that
it's
also shows up a lot.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh
So
John Williams and the Fablemen. I didn't think the score was anything like
yeah. No,
crazy,
no.
but
I couldn't agree more. I'm confused, just like you are. You know.
oh, we got best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture. Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
She's awesome.
So well deserved.
We love Angela Bassett. She
Uh
to me is she is awesome. We love her.
yes, she had a large role or a lot of weight on her shoulders got that she had to take on after Chadwick Boseman's passing. And it shows very much like she is a major player in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
And she steals the scene anytime she's in it, which isn't surprising because Angela Bassett is a phenomenal actress.
Yeah.
But she truly shines in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So I'm very happy to see that. She beat out Carrie Condon for Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Dolly De Leon, Triangle of Sadness, and Carrie Mulligan. She said, I've only seen Everything Everywhere All at Once on that list, so I can't really speak to much. But yeah, I have no qualms with this pick.
Dude, have you ever looked at Angela Bassett's like resume?
Yeah, it's pretty damn impressive.
It's long. I
Yeah.
mean, it looks. She's like Sam Jackson.
I mean, she's been great for a long time.
Good lord. Yeah. No, we love Angela Bassett. Period. Full
Yeah.
stop. Sorry, I had to do that because I was interested.
Probably the happiest win out of any of the categories for me was in this next category for best performance by an actor in a supporting role, and Kehu Kwan from Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Or
also
or from
Indiana Jones.
yes.
He was also Data in The Goonies.
That's such a cool story.
Yeah, and he retired and then fell back in love with acting after he saw Crazy Rich Asians and saw that representation for Asian actors was getting bigger and more recognized in Hollywood. And here he is, his first movie back, winning a Golden Globe. He was
Against Brad Pitt. Okay.
yeah, and Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, he was so good in that movie. I can't speak enough of how good Everything Everywhere All at Once actually is as a film. Um, so super props to him. I was very happy to see it. He deserves his time in the sun. Uh, so I hope maybe this is a good sign for his Oscar bids, because that would absolutely floor me if he wins.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I literally just thought of the whale movie. Did that come out too soon for the Golden Globes?
No, Brendan Fraser was nominated.
He was okay.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if he got a nomination because I was expecting him to maybe make some noise and get a dub, but
Yeah, I mean it might get more traction toward the Oscars. I mean, it's only been out for like 2 weeks for the Golden Globes, so I
right.
don't know how much that takes into consideration. But let me just backtrack a little bit. Brad Pitt did get nominated for Babylon in this category.
Yeah.
Best performance by an actress in a motion picture goes to Michelle Yeoh of Everything Everywhere All at Once. She's
No surprise.
also phenomenal. Stole the show. She's fantastic anyway, but this was her movie. Hands down. She had to play like 8 different characters. It was perfection.
I'd be very surprised if she doesn't notch the Oscar. I mean, it would literally be a shocking upset after everything I've heard. And this movie didn't just come out all year long.
Oh no, this movie
It's
came out like
February, March, right?
yeah, like third month of the year,
It's
if
been all
that.
year. And so I don't think she's going anywhere. And like I said, be shocked if she didn't take home the Oscar.
Yeah, this was a movie when I got out of Everything Everywhere All at Once that I texted our buddy Dane, who's a big movie junkie and a super big awards junkie, and he was like, "I don't give movies a 5, but it was a 4.99." And I was like, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the company she beat out. Anya Taylor-Joy, Margot Robbie, both phenomenal actresses. Probably two of the, I mean, honestly, they're two of the best actresses in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
And she came out on top. I mean, I think this is going to be considered an amazing movie for a long, long time.
Yeah, that movie's one for the books. Margot Robbie also nominated for Babylon. So how
Yeah.
bad can that movie actually be? Best performance by an actor in a motion picture goes to Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin. Good for Colin Farrell.
I love Colin Farrell. I think he's awesome. I've always loved him.
Yeah, I mean, from SWAT to The Recruit.
Yeah.
He was the Penguin in the Batman, and he was the best part of the Batman.
He was the best part of the Batman.
Easily. So I'm really glad. I kind of like when these older actors kind of hit their second wind. I guess like we saw it a little bit with like Ethan Hawke this year. Like he was in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And a ton of really good stuff.
Moon Knight, The Black Phone.
Yeah.
He was in something else too. And I can't off the top of my head think, but he was everywhere. I mean, we
Yeah.
saw him, I love
Yes.
it.
Michael Keaton also had a really big year.
We love
So
we love Michael Keaton.
yeah, so super congratulations to Colin Farrell. I haven't seen the movie. I plan on watching it sometime in the next couple weeks. Ralph Fiennes from The Menu was fantastic. Again, I watched that yesterday. Daniel Craig, Glass Onion, Knives Out, fantastic. Adam Driver, one of my favorite actors. Diego Calva of Babylon. So Babylon's got nominated for every category we've read so far.
Oh, that's who Ralph Fiennes is. I've seen him before. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, he's in the Kingsman.
Yes,
He's the
yes.
he's the guy with the cane.
We love him, dude.
Manners
Oh,
maketh the man.
manners maketh man. Well, when we were talking about Colin Firth earlier, I almost said it, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna set low hanging fruit. I don't want to.
Yeah,
But so good. Okay, Spectre. Yeah, dude.
yeah,
I love this guy.
yeah. He's awesome, and
Okay.
he was great in The Menu.
I've got to watch the menu.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. Also,
Yeah.
as a short movie. Uh, I guess to backtrack a little bit, I was a little disappointed that The Menu is what got Anya Taylor-Joy her nomination when she was way better in The Northman.
Oh, dude, read my mind. I was gonna say that. Oh,
Uh,
she was
so
so good in the Northman. Was the Northman? Was
it's
early this year or late last year? I couldn't
it was
remember.
it
So
was it was early this year.
yeah, I love the Northman. It probably as of now
Oh,
is my
that
favorite
was
movie of the
that
year.
was the other Ethan Hawke movie.
Oh, it was the other Ethan Hawke movie. Okay, there it is.
Full circle. Best performance by an actress in a drama. You have Kate Blanchett for Tar, a movie I did not see. She beat out Olivia Colman for Empire of Light. I haven't seen it. Viola Davis for The Woman King. I haven't seen it, but Viola Davis is awesome.
She is awesome.
Anna de Armas from Blonde. I haven't seen it, and then Michelle Williams, the mom from The Fablemans, who was good, but Kate Blanchett's a really good actress.
Yeah,
Um,
and Viola Davis, her resume speaks for itself. But
yeah, and Target's nominated a couple times, so I'll have to give
well,
it a watch.
yeah,
Best performance by an actor in motion picture, to no surprise, Austin Butler for Elvis. Uh, Easily the best performance I've seen from an actor all year.
yeah, I'm interested to see if because part of me really wants Brendan Fraser to. I want to have my socks knocked off.
Yeah,
I loved Austin Butler and Elvis. I did not like the Elvis movie as much. His performance essentially saved that movie for me because I thought Tom Hanks was a joke.
yes.
Um, unfortunately,
And
um,
how many times have you been able to say that in a sentence?
0 times, Cotton, 0. Um, but yeah, Austin Butler, very deserving of the award. But I'm really hoping to love Brendan Fraser
Yeah, the
in the win.
nomination that surprised me because I guess I just looked over this movie because I hadn't even heard of it was Hugh Jackman in The Sun, and I'm a Hugh Jackman stan.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last Hugh Jackman film we watched wasn't very good.
Yeah, it was that this year or last year?
I think it was end of last year, if I'm not mistaken. The one with the
With the dreams.
and the water,
Yeah,
like it was very not great, not Hugh Jackman like.
that's very
And
true.
so it's good to see his name up here, because he is one of the most talented human beings. That's right, human beings on the face of this planet. So, and I know you sent for Hugh Jackman.
I do. It's a big simp.
Yeah.
Best screenplay goes to Martin McDonough from The Banshees of Inisherin. There's that name again. Beat out Todd Field for Tar. The Daniels, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Sarah Polley for Woman Talking, and Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner for The Fablemans.
No.
Best Director for Motion Picture, Steven Spielberg for The Fablemans.
No.
No. Uh, wasn't better than James Cameron in Avatar: The Way of Water. For sure wasn't better than did the Daniels and Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'll give him Elvis with Boz Lerman.
Yeah.
Uh,
Although
And
to be fair, Baz Luhrmann, to be fair, he really put his all into Elvis. Like as
oh
far as like knowing and giving you Elvis, like he gave you Elvis. Like you could tell he was a huge fan of Elvis, and I kind of love that. I love that it spilled out into his work. I don't
yeah,
know.
and then Martin McDonough for Banshees of Inisherin. The weakest category on this list, best motion picture for animated, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yeah,
I mean, the movie was okay. I don't like the story of Pinocchio, so maybe that's why I didn't like it. I love Guillermo del Toro. Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies of all time. Uh, but Pinocchio, it was okay. I haven't heard of Inuo. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is an A24 film about the book. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish literally came out 2 weeks ago.
I do want to watch it though. To be fair,
I do want to see it as well. And then Turning Red was pretty good. This was just a really awful year for
yeah,
animated movies.
it wasn't
Uh,
great.
I mean, I honestly thought going into it, Lightyear was going to win this, but Lightyear was bad.
Lightyear was not good.
It was not a good movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, last year it was much stronger. I thought,
Yeah,
um, because I didn't think Turning Red was
Turning
deserving
Turning
of
Red was
that.
enjoyable, but
Was it though?
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just
I mean, it was
uh
definitely weak.
yeah, yeah. It was weak.
This is why animated anime movies need more recognition.
Yeah, because they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're way better than any of these. Jujutsu
Bat.
Kaisen Zero was better than all of this.
Yeah, and it's actually not close.
No, not even remotely. Uh, Best motion picture for a non-English language, All Quiet on the Western Front, which is a Netflix movie I need to see. Argentina 1985. I haven't seen Close. I haven't seen Decision to Leave. I haven't seen an RRR. I haven't seen. So my foreign film watching was a lot lackluster this year.
Zero.
Yeah. Uh, so I can't really speak to this. Uh, I might get around to watching them. I make no promises. Best motion picture for a musical or comedy. The Banshees.
Argentina won, by the way. I
Oh
don't think
yeah,
we said
sorry,
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
Argentina 1985 was the winner. Banshees of Inisherin won Best Motion Picture for a musical or comedy. It beat out Babylon. So either they were really struggling to find nominations for this movie, or the movie's actually better than the critics say.
Well, I didn't think Glass Onion deserved a nomination. Like we talked about it before. Like so we both watched Glass Onion. I honestly thought it was very mid. I don't watch those Knives Out movie for the simplicity. I want it to be like an actual like who done it kind of deal. Um,
Well, I'm gonna,
and
while you're going over this, I'm actually just gonna hop on my AMC app
sure,
and see if I can name a better comedy.
yeah, that's fine. Um, but to me, like, and when we discussed it, one of the things, and this is a spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen the Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. There's twin action, right? And when I say twin action, it's kind of like a cop out to me in movies where um they can get away with substituting one character because that person has an identical twin, right? Drives me nuts. Can't stand it.
Oh,
Um,
bro,
yeah.
I just got way more pissed off than I should be.
Oh god, yeah. It's 11:30. We shouldn't be getting this mad late at night. But go ahead and say it. What is it?
You know what movie came out this year that's getting no fucking respect? Pardon my French.
What?
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, that was so good.
That
Oh,
was
I
that
really hope.
was
Oh, I love that movie.
that's better than it's not better than Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Right.
but
Like the
it's
other stuff.
it's better than Glass Onion. I haven't seen Triangle of
Oh,
Sadness or Babylon or the Banshees of Inisherin, but I'm going to give Banshees the benefit of the doubt considering it's nominated all over the place and there's really good actors in it. So
dude.
I'll hold my judgment for that. But the fact
Oh,
that Pedro Pascal didn't get anything
yes.
is
That was my
absolute
first thought when you
is
when
absolutely Horse shit.
It's a travesty.
Oh, God. I was like, yeah, there hasn't been
Oh
that many good
no.
comedies, and then I saw that movie. I was like, that was the comedy.
It was so good. Dude,
Yikes.
I'm gonna be so upset if they don't get nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, I'll be livid.
Like actual, like best supporting actor. He was so
Yeah.
good. He was so
Or
good.
or give Nicolas Cage some love. It's not like he was bad.
No, he wasn't. I mean, he's he's Nick Cage at his best, right?
Yeah. He's peak Nick Cage, which is beautiful.
Right. But I mean, like, it's this kind of role. Like this was perfect. Like this the perfect way to do a Nick Cage film. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really disappointing.
God.
Why would you do that to me?
I just had to look. Dude, I remember I saw in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and no, it wasn't that weekend. We saw The Northman, and
Yeah, dude, that was such a good week.
bro, also in that same weekend we saw The Bad Guys, and I think The Bad Guys is better than most
But
of these films in the animated
yeah,
film.
I do too. They put Bad Guys on Netflix recently.
Yeah, that movie was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was solid. And now the last award.
Best motion picture for drama. You want to
Yeah.
do the honors?
I really don't. I really don't. I
Okay.
really don't want to.
Well, the winner was The Fablemans.
No.
Uh, it beat out Avatar: The Way of the Water,
No.
Elvis,
Eh,
Tar, haven't seen, and Top Gun Maverick.
absolutely fucking not.
Top Gun Maverick was out of this list of five. I can't speak for Tar or Tayer. I don't know how you pronounce it with the accent. Uh, but so I'll speak for the four movies I have seen. Top Gun Maverick is better than the other three
Yeah.
that I have seen on this list.
Yeah.
And you know
Yep,
how
yep.
I know
Yep,
that?
yep, yep.
Because it made $1 billion.
It's funny how movies that make $1 billion don't really make these lists too often. Like they don't win as often. And
Yeah.
sometimes they're not made to. But in the case of Top Gun, that movie was so good.
Yeah, that movie
It
was
such a good film.
damn near a masterpiece. The only movie that made more money of it was Avatar. Which isn't really that big of a surprise considering
No.
that's just the $1 billion machine.
Yeah.
But I also riddle me this, Batman.
All right.
So besides, was it best? Okay, so besides Best Actress, not a single nomination for The Fablemans went into actor or actresses.
Well, yeah, no, because they weren't that good.
Right.
That's what I said. Was I think
Right. So I'm trying to figure out how
they win.
how a movie that has pretty much no support in any other category besides Best Director, because Spielberg's name is attached to it,
Yep.
wins Best Picture, or how something like The Banshees of Inisherin isn't even nominated. Well, I guess it won Best for Musical or Comedy. I'll hold on that.
Yep. Yep.
It's dumbfounding. Should have just been, hey Steven, you owe us one.
I mean, I think it's crap. I do.
Yeah.
I think it's crap.
This is the least deserving Best Picture.
I think there's definitely recency bias, and I hate that for films like The Massive Weight of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and The Northman, because I love The Northman.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best films of the year, and I think if it came out recently, it would have done better. And I hate that that's what it would take. You know, last year Power of the Dog came out in December and it sweeped, right? So I don't know. It's a little frustrating. But again, I'm not a professional movie critic. Like, we essentially represent the everyman
Yeah,
perspective, you know.
I'm just looking through the movies that we've seen that are better than some of these on this list. Uh, I think Nope should have gotten a nomination for something. I
Did
thought
they
that movie.
have did they have horror?
No, but I mean, like even
Because the Black Phone.
yeah, no Black Phone. Honestly, this year's been kind of weak for movies. Now that I'm like re-looking at
Well,
it started strong and then kind of sucked.
yeah, I think it's definitely been weak, but I still believe that there are movies that were not listed on here that should be on here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was good enough to get nominated, but I think like one of the biggest surprises of the year. I'm not even going to say it because that'll ruin next week's episode if we just talk about it all now.
Oh, oh, that's
Uh,
true. Next week's episode is going to be awesome.
yeah, Bullet Train is also better than any of those comedies. Just saying.
I agree. I love Bullet Train.
Yeah. Uh, so yep, Fablesman's best picture. Might as well buckle up for it to win an Oscar, and we can all throw up together collectively.
Yeah, I
Uh,
refuse.
yeah. That this was just we're going to give it to Steven Spielberg year.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Because
Maybe he's
look, and
maybe
I'm
he's
not
retiring or something. I don't know.
maybe, and I'm not shitting on the Fablemans. I'm really not because it was a fine movie. Like I
I mean,
said,
in the context of it, I'm shitting on the Fablemans. The movie was good, but comparatively for best drama of the year, no way.
yeah,
Absolutely not.
I agree. I'm in the same
Uh,
camp.
but that leads us, obviously, we are passionate about our opinions. That leads us into next week's episode where we will do the second annual Selly Awards, where we will go,
Sellies, bro. It's the Sellies. Let's go.
where we will give, I mean, do you just want to, how do you want to do the categories? Do you just want to follow the Oscar categories or Golden Globes or what?
Oh, Oscars for sure.
Okay, yeah. So we'll
For
just go
sure.
off. We'll just go off typical Oscar categories. Um, jot down a list.
Check it twice.
Yeah, dude, that movie was also funny. It could have
It
been in here.
was, dude.
It could
Violent
have been
Night
in
was
here.
so good. Oh,
Uh,
Spirited, also really good.
yeah, I didn't watch Spirited.
Yeah.
But hopefully by this time next week, I will have seen the Banshees of Inisherin, which is really the only movie on this list, and I won't be able to see Babylon, I don't think. Or The Whale, unless they come to streaming services. But definitely Banshees is definitely something I think I need to see.
Yeah, I want to watch Banshees and I want to watch obviously I want to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Although I know it's going to win a shitload of awards.
It
And
better.
then I'm going to watch Planes probably in theaters. Probably what I'm going to do. Or Plane or whatever it
Oh
is.
yeah, that is this weekend.
Yeah. So, well, and on that note, what do we have to look forward to?
Plane, the new Gerard Butler movie.
We love Gerard.
Yeah, he stays in his lane, and I can appreciate that about him. He knows what he's good at. We also have the new Tom Hanks movie, A Man Called Otto, or something like that.
Yeah,
It,
that movie looks pretty good.
it looks okay. Um, I'm not super stoked about it. Let me see if there's anything else coming out this week. I know the beginning of the year is usually like the worst time for movies. So when we saw the 355.
Yeah, the 355. Remember that little gem? The only movie in history worse than Space Jam 2.
Uh,
It's
well
in the
let's
ice cubes. It's
well
the
let-
ice cubes. They're poisoned.
well let's hold out because on February 3rd we get 80 for Brady. And that movie might actually be the worst movie of all time. And I feel obligated to watch it.
You're just a simp for Tom Brady.
Well, I don't even think Tom Brady's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, but it's related to Tom Brady, and because of that, you're gonna watch it.
Oh, well, no wonder I haven't seen The Sun. The movie hasn't come out yet. The fuck? The Hugh Jackman movie?
Yeah, here you thought you were lacking.
Yeah, it doesn't come out till the 20th. Okay. Well, I'm still a fan. Uh, House Party also opens on the 13th. So
Nice.
tomorrow, about it's a remake of a old comedy, but they're doing it in LeBron James' house.
Well, that
But
wasn't the one that was like the biggest house party ever, right? Like the one
yeah,
that was. Oh, I remember that.
all right. But here's the question,
Okay.
and this might be too soon to talk about next year's awards. But how many awards is Cocaine Bear going to win?
Oh gosh. You know, probably zero. If I had to guess,
But I'm going to watch it.
it's like how. Well, no, I can't say that. I was gonna make a really off color joke, but yeah, they should. Is it too soon? They should do a movie about Jeremy Renner fighting a snowplow. See who comes. See if it comes away. Um,
He's
we
got
make fun.
he's got great eyesight, but he can't see that fucking plow coming at him.
We can joke now because he's recovering and he's doing better. Obviously I don't think Jeremy Renner watches, but I'm a huge fan. I,
Please
I do.
please don't hate us,
Please,
Hawkeye.
please.
I liked your show.
Yeah, Officer Gamble from SWAT is my favorite Jeremy Renner role. So I love you, big fan. Anyways, praying for a speedy recovery, buddy.
Oh man, we need to go to bed.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's late. So we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Join us next week for this year's
Oh, wait, wait,
Selly.
wait. We have socials and shout outs.
Oh, we do have socials and shout outs. You do the
Yeah,
socials,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do the shout outs.
Okay. So, guys, I want to hear what you think about the Golden Globes. I want to hear your predictions for the Oscars. Jared does too. If you know us personally, you can DM us. We're on Facebook. We also have a podcast profile on Facebook. The subcategory of podcast, silence your cell phones. We're on Twitter. I do tweet from time to time. It's at silenced phone, or if you just type in silence your cell phones, will pop up. We're the first account. We have an IG at silence your cell phones. We have a Gmail if you want to reach out that way. We are silence your cell phone, no S at gmail.com. And did I hit them all?
Patreon that we don't do.
We have a Patreon that we have not done in a very long time, and we need to. Patreon.com/silence your cell phones. So yeah, if you just want to follow and see what we're up to, and pray for a post every now and again, you could do that. And we got to get better, but now we got our energy back. We're rearing and ready to go.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Be
New Year's
Patreoners.
So that's and those are our socials, Jarrett.
Shout outs. I want to give a big shout out to the travelers of the omnibus, our boys down in Biloxi, Jay, Brady, Ethan, Jody. If you like anything nerd culture from D&D to music, they pretty much have it for you. Again, that's travelers on the omnibus. You can find them on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Google, anywhere you can find your podcast. Really, I want to give a shout out to Jody from Travelers on the Omnibus. He also runs a horror podcast for all things scary, called Fearology. Um,
Whiskey and wrestling.
yeah, whiskey and wrestling. Uh, Jason Holder. If you like whiskey and if you like wrestling and you like to combine the two, that is for you. I just want to give a big shout out to Kevin Gallo. Not only is he probably one of our most supportive uh, followers and friends, but he's also the best DM in the whole,
That's facts.
at least east of the Miss. Well, he's west of the Mississippi, so I can't say that. But in the United States, he's always running our cyberpunk. Give him a follow at Kevin Gallo on YouTube or Ronin Roosta on Twitch, which is where he streams most of the time. I believe. Was that everybody?
I think so. I think that
Yeah.
was all of them.
Yeah. If you guys are our friends and you guys are doing a podcast or anything like that, please let us know. We'd love to support. But other than that, guys, until next week. And sing.
You had paused on scene, and I
Yeah.
had given my little
Well,
salute. And
well,
I was
I was trying to find the stop recording button. So
like,
the real question is before we stop going live, do you think a snowplow is stronger than Thanos?
maybe they should have just used a snowplow to fight him.
Yeah.
Might have had a
Yeah.
different
I mean,
outcome.
this whole
Tony
time
Stark didn't have to die.
the whole time the Kingpin's just getting his ass kicked that entire show, and all I had to do was fucking use a Yamaha.
I was like, I had this like inner battle. Like, do I say it? Like, do we go there? Is that what we're doing? Like, even before I say, hey man, I hope you're feeling better. Wish for a good recovery, a full recovery. No, we're just gonna hop into the joke, see how it lands.
Yeah, it's Jeremy Renner this week, DeMar Hamlin next week.
He did get discharged, so
That's
it's
true.
fair game.
He's home and safe.
Yeah.